Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Doing okay. Running a little late this morning, so sorry about that. Things are a little chaotic around here this morning, but don't worry, we got it in gear. It's a busy day all around. Lots of stuff happening.
Yeah. Busy day, busy evening. We got a lot going on this morning in the market, and Peter and I are going to do our best to run on time. And we always run late when we have so much to talk about. But we want to make sure we get everything to you, right, Peter? It's a lot. It's a lot going on when earnings and elections are coming up. I mean, you name it, it's happening, and we're excited, man. Makes the trading fun and entertaining. So, quick look at our gappers list today. Then we'll look at the U.S. economic calendar. We have a ton on both sides, and we're not going to be able to go through everything here, but we will look at the top 5 on each. Then we're going to go over and see what's important, like GME, Amazon, Meta. We'll look at those. Then we'll go to Peter. We'll look at earnings. We'll try to cover as much as we can, but it won't be everything on this list. But as you can see here, very active gappers list with some names that we are very familiar with. So looking forward to getting into all of that. Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar and what we have for today.
All right. Well, like we've been mentioning all week, it picks up as we go towards the end of the week. We have a couple of numbers that came out already, and the ADP employment and the GDP numbers both just came out. Let's start with the ADP non-farm employment. The expectation was somewhere. Every one of these numbers is different depending on what source you look at. So somewhere between 110 and 117,000 was the expectation. Came out way over that number with 233,000 reported. So looks like very strong employment there on that ADP report so far this morning. And then just 2 minutes ago, we had the GDP number come out. Expectation was about a 3% growth. Again, depending where you look, the number was 3 to 3.2%. Came out slightly below that at 2.8%. So little mixed messages there, right? We got more employment, but lower GDP. So I mean, that's still growth, don't get me wrong, but just slightly lower than anticipated. So overall, that should be positive, I think, for the economy overall, and maybe a little negative for the stock market. However, I think today's stock market is going to be moved primarily by the stuff we have on earnings. So, but later this morning, by the way, we do have pending home sales, not a big number, so don't expect much to happen there. What will move it is all this stuff you can see on the earnings calendar. We had a whole bunch of earnings last night that I know that Jared stayed in the room and was talking to our members about. We got a whole bunch more happening this morning. So like Carlos said, we'll do our best to hit the highlights, but we won't be able to cover all of them because there's a lot. There's a lot that came out, already, and a lot more to come later this week, right? Like Carlos has mentioned, we got Meta after the close today, and Microsoft, and then Uber tomorrow morning, and oh my God, we got so much. Anyways, let's focus on the stuff that's come out already, and we'll get started there.
Absolutely, friends. Let's take a look at the top 5 on our gap up list, starting with ASPI, my friends. So this one on deck right now, we are up a nice 53%. The float on this one, it's not a low float, but it is hanging out around 41 million. So it's low floor-ish, if that's even a word, but borderline, right? It's acting like one today for sure, up 52%, 14 million shares traded. And man, it has been just a slew of low flow stocks. And some of them have actually given our traders some really good opportunities. Again, we're always going to warn you about these, be extra cautious. So, Peter, this is high flying this morning. Is there any news behind it?
I don't know. Not a lot of coverage on this company, ASP Isotopes. So it's not exactly one that gets a lot of analysts. So which means there's not a lot of news articles coming out on it. I don't see earnings. Like, it seems logical to be earnings since we had so many, but I don't see earnings on that. I see them presenting at a conference.
Yeah.
Other than that, I honestly don't know. I mean, they have announced that they're partnering with another company called Terra Power to build something that's called a Hey. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Haleu, HALEU production facility. I'm sure that stands for something. It does. It stands for high assay low enriched uranium. Oh, look at this. Uranium continues.
Oh,
All right, now I know why it's moving. They're building
there it is. That would do
a
it.
uranium, yeah, uranium enrichment facility. So there you go. That will do it because we've seen nuclear power was all big last week with some of the announcements of nuclear facilities restarting to power AI. Looks like they are on the train here. So it makes sense. Now I get it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I have it here on my risky pile. Again, we are up pretty nice at 53% with great volume. And there's news behind it, which makes it even nicer. So again, this mid to low here, 41 million shares traded, flow in play this morning. Let's go down the list. We have Reddit on here. So RDDT this morning. These guys are down, I'm sorry, up 20%, 800,000 shares traded. So nice big pop for them last night, going from 81, hitting as high as $80. So Peter, up $17 from the close this morning. What's the latest and greatest on this stock?
Well, this was definitely earnings. They were on our big long list of companies that had earnings, and they had a great quarter. Numbers were good for them. Their Q3 was very solid. Their sales were up like over 22%, and they have a very generous forecast as well. So they even surprised the analysts by giving out a forecast number that is over analyst expectations. So all in all, it was good news here for Reddit, and we're seeing the stock jump significantly as a result.
Yeah, this stock again, recent IPO last year, I think was April, March. So again, recent IPO has been doing well. I mean, usually when these stocks IPO, they slam down, they stay down here for a long time. They're already above their IPO price, doing really good within a year. So that's not bad compared to what we usually see, right? So I like it here today. I like the volume. RDDT, if any day is going to trade well, it's going to be today. I like what I see so far. So that's going to go on my list, looking very nice this morning. Next on here is ACO, OKLO. And again, this stock has been on and off on our gappers list. I really haven't not been watching it, but it's moving, man. It's making some noise here. And this morning as well, up almost 10%, 1.6 million shares traded so far. And look how impressive the daily is. We had gone from $10 in mid October over to 21, down to 17, now up to 27. So a good, healthy pullbacks on the daily. This is rocking, man. I forget the news, Peter, on this one. What got this going? But looking good
This
today.
is nuclear as well. So they were one of the original companies, or one of the first ones that got benefit from the announcement of nuclear power coming back online and more heartily in the U.S. So, and that's why Carlos has been moving over the last week and a half or so.
All right, that makes sense there on OKLO in play, guys. I'm gonna put in a secondary. I have to admit, I have kind of been dismissing it a little bit, but this is looking good. So we'll put it on there. We'll see how it looks in a couple of minutes here. All right, let's look at number four, top four here on the gap up. NNE again, nuclear stuff on the run here. These guys are up 6.7, so not as exciting as some of the ones we looked at already. But they are up this morning again. Not a great ticker, very light volume. I think there's better stocks you can trade if you do like this sector. Some other ones that you can really look at that are going to trade just a little bit better. So I'm going to keep this one off, Peter. What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it, or you're on the same boat on this one?
Yeah, I mean they're just riding the wave. Interesting that they're up this morning because they did take advantage of the little bit of a jump and issued some additional stock to get some money. They were pulling in about $40 million, issuing a whole bunch of shares at about $17. So that secondary offering came out. Normally that drops a stock price, but in this case they still seem to be motoring away here. So, like you said, probably if you want to play nuclear, looks like OKLO and ASPI might be your better bets for this morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here, and both of them looking really good. ASPI a little bit on the lowest situation type here, but Looking good this morning. Volume looks great at 15 million and climbing. We'll be at 16 shortly here. Let's take a look at the last one on the top five is ENVX. So if we look at this one, we've seen this stock plenty of times on here. I personally do not like the way it trades. I think it's very choppy. It doesn't move a whole lot. It takes a lot for it to give you, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents. It takes a lot for it to do that, right? And volume is on the lighter side. So I you tend to stay away from stocks like this. Obviously, news last night, you got a nice little pop here on ENVX, Peter.
Earnings, yeah, they had earnings, good quarter. Again, not a lot of coverage on them, which makes it more difficult. But I mean, they overachieved with revenue. Now, keep in mind, this is a smaller float, right? Like the revenue for the quarter was only 4.3 million, 13% above expectations. But it's they're in that ballpark. That being said, they lost $21 million in the quarter, so they're still in early stage development as they're losing more money, a lot more money than they're making. So, but yeah, I don't like to trade it either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan at all. So we'll leave that one alone. All right, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna bounce around a little bit because I want to cover some of the stuff at the bottom here. We have GameStop, Amazon, and Meta that we want to get to. So let's start with GME here. GME making some noise. We haven't seen this move in quite some time. Had a great day on Monday. So look at that. Monday went from 20 to about 22. So compared to this daily, did get some movement there. Volume still seems very light for the most part. Today they're up 3.2, 500,000 shares traded. Anything driving this GameStop pop?
I don't, I don't know.
I
I'm
see
not seeing any
Roaring
news on it
Kitty.
really. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he's
Um,
gone and posted some picture that people are trying to decipher again. I have no idea, but there's certainly not any company news that I can see on it.
yeah. I don't see anything on here. Only I see is a Roaring Kitty dumps Chewy. But I don't know how that affects GameStop, but yeah, so it's just memeing, but not really memeing. I mean, there's just no news behind it, but yeah, it doesn't look good. So we'll leave that one alone. Let's jump over to Meta, which is going to be very exciting today. Peter, this one obviously in play today. Big pop up 2.1, 437,000 shares traded.
Yeah, so Meta, this is really sort of ahead of earnings because their earnings don't come out till after the close today. So it may be some strange price action, usually the day before or the day of earnings, right? They can certainly move, but it may not go very far. It'll just make movements as people try and position themselves ready for the earnings announcement, which comes right after the close. 4:05 is when that's coming. That being said, everybody's talking about AI. They're expecting big numbers out of Meta. So a lot of the AI companies have reported well in the quarter and had good quarters. So everybody's expecting that for Meta. So they're sort of in a position, I feel like, where if they don't beat their numbers, it's going to be considered a miss, right? Like even if they do what they say they're going to do, it's not going to be enough, and the stock may take a hit as a result of that. So we'll have to see what happens. Today is just, as I said, positioning for the earnings at the close.
Yeah. I like them today. I like this pop up here going into earnings. Again, these stocks don't trade well until after, but these magnificent seven can surprise you. The Tesla, the Metas, the Nvidias, even going into earnings, they can give you some good opportunities. Kind of people taking their bets on what to expect here. Very unpredictable. So be careful with the earnings tonight, but looking forward to it. Looking forward to this one. Another one we want to cover on the gap up is Amazon. Amazon also up 2.1, 760,000 shares traded. Got a nice little pop last night here. Peter, anything driving Amazon this morning?
I don't know. I feel like Amazon's playing a little bit of a game of Me Too, maybe because everyone else is moving. They, don't have any really big news. They, incidentally, I was looking at them this morning because they had some news with another company I was going to mention that I could mention now called Lumen, Lumn, that is moving this morning as they're partnering with AWS on AI. So anytime there's mention of AI, everybody gets all excited now. Amazon's a big company to move, but even it will move when they talk AI. So I suppose that could be a little bit of what's pushing it. But other than that, um, there's not much going on. Last night they did announce something called it's Rufus AI, which is a shopping assistant. It's going to be used in European markets. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever run into Rufus, but sounds like a good dog. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah. Th-
okay.
There you go. That's Amazon. I'm gonna slam it into a
Yep.
secondary here. I do like the volume. I like the gap up we're seeing on it this morning. So that could be interesting. And I missed one. I missed one here because it was not showing correctly. It's Google, of course. They are up
Right.
7%, almost 1.4 million shares traded. Obviously crushing it last night, Peter. Latest and greatest on this one.
Well, we're definitely going to be getting to Google. So they did have earnings, and I think they're the ones that are pushing it, right? So Amazon, I said, it's a little bit of a me too. I think they're following along, but it's all the talk of AI, right? So a lot of AI talk, and that's pushing Google's performance and expectations. They beat their numbers, and they cited both their cloud services and their AI offerings, which had driven, drove, anyways, which allowed their revenue to be them to beat their numbers. Driven, drove. I still don't know what the grammatically correct term would is.
Chat,
Propelled. Thank you. I
what's
don't.
the right term?
Yeah, it's driven. The driven drove. See, we're getting a difference of opinion. Oh man, I don't even know. Okay, whatever. They AI gave them more money. Money came out of AI, and they beat their numbers. So yeah, Google had a great great pop off the close yesterday, and it looks like it's not only held but continued to add slightly to the gains. So it's definitely in play today, and it looks it's looking good here for some moves. So Google, could certainly be on your list. And Carlos, like you're saying, we've got a lot of the Magnificent Seven moving. We've already talked about Amazon, Meta, and Google. They're probably the big three that are moving, but everything else seems to be following a little bit in their wake. So it's a busy morning, like we said.
Yeah, it sure is. We'll stop here in the gap up, Peter. Anything else you want to cover that's gapping up that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, you bet. A few more earnings that we need to talk about. Last night after the close, we had Visa. V is just their ticker symbol. A little bit of a mixed picture here on Visa. Visa, they beat their numbers, so they had a good quarter. Both revenue and earnings came in above, but they've announced that they are laying off about 1,400 employees. So it's making the market scratch their head a little bit on Visa. I think it can actually move occasionally, but you just got to be careful. Usually, pre-market is not when you're going to see the price action, and we're certainly not seeing it this morning with under 30,000 shares traded. What also had earnings last night? Snapchat. SNAP, they beat their numbers in the quarter. Actually, it's always good when they have a good quarter because sometimes they have not. And their number of users rose. At least they reported higher number of users. So that's got them up this morning. Also on my list, let's see, from earnings this morning, I had, we talked about GE before, the ticker symbol GE, which is really GE Aerospace. This morning, GE Healthcare, which is GEHC, reported, and they did beat their numbers in the quarter despite having a soft market in China. So it was sort of interesting to me that they specifically called out the Chinese market as one that's problematic for them, a story that we've heard before. But when you hear that healthcare market is soft in China, that's sort of interesting news. Anyways, GE Healthcare still gapping up marginally this morning on fairly low volume. Again, they don't typically, well, not fairly low, extremely low volume, but there they are. Let's see. Everything else I think is gapping down. Yeah, everything else I want to talk about is gapping down. So we'll get to them on the gap down list.
All right, absolutely, friends. Let's take a look here at what's gapping down today. So we're going to start with IonQ. We'll look at the top five, and then we'll jump around to the bottom, see if there's anything happening here. Actually, that's not the top one. We got to move up a little more. THRY is leading the way here, down 16%, 213,000 shares traded. So big drop for them this morning. Looks like they get no volume. This is the daily right here. We're looking at 213. Seems to be the most they get. So that's not interesting. Don't like it at all, Peter. We'll move on unless you have anything to add to this one.
I do not.
All right, looks ugly. Roll the truck on this thing, man. This is it's not looking good. Let's get the truck out there. There it is, flashing and everything. Very nice. Let's take a look at LLY today. LLY, man, big drop. I mean, not big drop. It's only 10%, but it seems big. When you're talking about, almost $1,000 stock, we are down 10.4 here. 1 million shares traded right now. So obviously something going on. Started this morning, Peter. What's the latest and greatest?
So we're talking LLY. Yes, they are one of the earnings, and interesting picture on them. Like every one of these earnings is a slightly different story this morning. So they missed their numbers in the quarter, so didn't have a great quarter. You can see them getting punished for that when the numbers came out. The both revenue and earnings were below expectations, mostly because they're big drugs that people are looking for. Both their diabetes and their weight loss drugs reported lower sales than expected. So if you remember, everybody wanted to have the next Ozempic. Everyone was, creating the next weight loss drug, and it seems that they're not selling, perhaps, as much as expected. At least EY Lilly's are not. So they had a bad quarter because they expected to sell a lot more of those magic weight loss pills, or I don't know what they're selling, a pill or a topical spray, or I don't know. Anyways, whatever it is, the magic's not working. So
Yeah,
that's Lily.
something's not going right here. Someone needs to be fired. But yeah, tough trader. It really is a difficult one to trade. I mean, I love the gap down here, 10%, but it's not an easy stock. And again, the volume is very light. So spread of a dollar right now is not bad for for $800 stock, but it can get worse. We've seen it get pretty bad here. So liquidity is an issue, or at least the order flow is an issue with this stock for me. I'll leave it alone. Next, our good buddy AMD is making its way here. They're down 7%, 2.8 million shares traded. So nice volume for them. And it looks like they were going in the right direction yesterday. They had a nice move and giving that back and then some, Peter. So AMD not looking too hot right now as they're down 8% with some good volume. Looks in play. I'm going to add this to my list. What's going on with them?
Yeah, well, you could tell yesterday's price action. Everybody was expecting something nice, something good from AMD, and they felt let down. They didn't have a terrible quarter. I mean, they delivered more revenue than expected. They did miss on the bottom line, so they didn't make as much money. Their earnings per share were down. They said AI sales were up. Everybody was expecting that. However, all of that came together in a disappointing way when they announced their guidance, and the guidance is a lot lower than analysts were expecting. Again, they forecasted growth. They said that they are going to see growth for the balance of the year. However, the analyst community was expecting them to announce a higher level of guidance, which is not what they did, and therefore, right, you can see the stock did a little bit of a dipsy doodle after the close, but it ultimately dropped heavily and is still sitting down here right now. And if you look at it the daily, I like where it's sitting. It's sitting in a range where it could be dangerous. If it drops this 152, 151 level, oof, we've got some room to the downside because, it could be dangerous. Now, I don't know that that's going to happen. I mean, AMD should see some support here, but I'm not going to make any bets, quite frankly, until the opening bell, right? Because we've seen this move quite aggressively, right? I mean, I don't know how deep that disappointment is. You just need enough deep pockets to say, you know what, maybe we're just going to lighten our positions in this. And this thing, we could see it down at 135 before we know, or they could see it as a buy opportunity and it'll be right back up where it was yesterday at 165, right? So we've got a big range that this thing could play through. Yeah, it's definitely on my list. I mean, it's always on my list. You guys know that. But today, I think we could see some big moves on it. I just have no idea where those moves are going to take it.
Yep, I'm with you, man. I like the battle that can possibly happen at this level here, so that's going to be exciting to see here. So definitely AMD is on deck, friends. Let's take a look at the next one here. Last one is going to be, well, hold on a second. SMCI is just whoa, oh, what is going on here? Who opened the floodgates on SMCI? Look at this. Down 20% just like that. So careful, guys, if you're in
Oh,
this or trading this. This thing is what's the news? Let's get the news on this. It just
what's
happened.
happening?
Um, what is I don't see anything right now being reported. Nothing on my app
Yeah,
yet, so just checking.
I don't.
I don't
Uh,
see. All right, we'll keep on the lookout. But yeah, SMCI in play for sure. I'm gonna add this on here.
oh yeah,
Figure out what's going on with it
they
here.
announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced that they're delaying the submission of their 10K reporting, which is a mandatory reporting that they have to submit. That never
Hmm.
good, right, Carlos? We've talked about this before. Whenever
Not
you delay
good.
financials or mandatory reporting, that usually sends warning bells. So yeah, the fact that they're delaying that is immediately what is tanked to this. So yeah, well,
Yeah.
this one could be
Yeah, that
interesting
is
to watch
not.
as well. Wow.
Yeah, gonna be on my list, man. This is wow, just like that, 20%, 2.7, and dropping some more. So highway to hell here on SMCI. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Wow.
And last one, NQ is the last one on my list here. This one has had a great run over the last couple of days. Look at the daily here. Beginning of October went all the way from was $8 to 18, a $10 move over the last couple of days, and today they're down 6.9 with 1.6 million shares traded. And we do have shares for short. It is not many, though, only 100,000. So that might not be around by the time we get to it. But looks interesting. Has been in play here on the daily at least, and it's been trading well. We kind of briefly looked at it yesterday, and look how yesterday's action was. It seems very clean, especially the beginning of the market open has a lot of volume on here, so that was nice. I'm gonna add as a secondary here because I really like what I have in my main list. I don't want to change that, but I think it's worth keeping an eye on. And if you do have keeping an eye on you, yeah, there you go. I didn't that was not planned. But yeah, keep an eye on it, guys. If you guys like it, I like the way it's rolling here. Looks very, very active. And again, if you trade anything like yesterday was really, really good. So let's see what it does today. All right, that covers what I would like to go over here. Peter, what do you like on the gap down this morning?
I like the fact that you're telling dad jokes without even intending to. So that's awesome.
I
All
know,
right.
man. It's creeping in on me.
We have an ion and ion Q. We're rubbing off on you. Okay. Um, let's take a look. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of other stuff that was gapping down that I want to talk about. Obviously, AMD was top of my list. We already talked about that. Other earnings from after the close yesterday. FSLR, First Solar, we sometimes looked at, missed their numbers. Not a lot of volume this morning. They're not all that active, but FSLR did have earnings and missed their numbers. Chipotle, remember that they did their big stock split a while back. CMG is their ticker symbol. Mixed picture there. They missed on revenue, but beat bottom line. Lowered their guidance, so that's why they're gapping down this morning with lowered guidance. I was really hoping that these guys were going to be like great trading stock. It would be one of the in play ones that we could have fun with. That has not proved to be the case, which is unfortunate. You can see if you look at a daily chart, you can see the time they split because suddenly the volume is a lot higher. Going back into late June, but yeah, it really just hasn't traded all that well. But anyways, they had earnings. EA Sports, get in the deal. Anyways, Electronic Arts, EA, had earnings as well. Big news there. They missed their number. Well, actually, EA was a weird one. On some reporting, it looks like the analysts' expectations are reported differently on different services. So I was looking at a couple of different news feeds. In one said that they beat their numbers. Two others said that they missed their numbers. So I honestly don't know if they beat their numbers or missed their numbers. Everybody agrees, though, that their guidance was lower than expected for the balance of the year. So that's what's taking EA down, whatever their numbers actually were in the quarter. Other things from earnings this morning, actually, the only other one we haven't already talked about is Caterpillar. CAT. Now, not one that normally trades a lot, but you sort of it's interesting to watch because it tends to front end the manufacturing and production. If Caterpillar's not doing well, then often we see sort of a carry-on effect going forward into other industries. And that is the case. They missed their numbers in the quarter and they cited lower global construction. So a lot less purchases and orders coming in with lower global construction. Now, US construction, they said, was actually flat, so which means it wasn't lowered, but globally, construction overall was down and they saw less demand for their heavy equipment. So that would tell me that we've got maybe a global economic slowdown coming. So we'll see what happens. But Caterpillar, yeah, gapping down so far this morning on very modest volume. But anyways, that's it. I think we talked about everything else. As you can see, guys, we've got a lot of targets, right? I mean, our list is long. There's pretty much almost unlimited things to look at. So you're gonna have to pick your targets, and that, yes, that means you're gonna have to ignore some because there's no way you can watch all of this, nor should you. So
Unless
I'm
you're
gonna have to now think.
Lenny.
Unless you're Lenny. Yeah, Lenny tries to watch everything, which is not usually recommended, but I can't do it. Most people can't. So, yeah, I don't recommend you try.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Just
see.
pick ones and go with
Can't
them.
wait to see Lenny's list today. Yeah, this list is gonna be massive.
Yeah,
I already see it.
yeah.
All right, friends. Let's take a look at what you guys like this morning before we get to our community events and announcements. So we'll hop on over here and see what you guys like. I see Snap. We did mention Snap. I don't add Snap to my list. I don't like the way it trades. It's got some volume here. It is in play today. But I'm telling you, my list right now, we have Reddit, we have Meta, we have Google, we have AMD and SMCI. Oh, SMCI down 30% now. This thing is rocking in the wrong direction, obviously. But yeah, I love my list today. My list it looks really good. I don't know if I'm going to be adding anything else to this this morning. So looking nice there. And even our secondary list got Amazon as well. And we don't even have Tesla or Nvidia on this list this morning. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in a second. Let's see what you guys like. Heading over to our chat room, looking at our members chat, SMCI, of course. We have that one on there. I don't see anything else. Maybe you guys we covered everything already. Apple. Let's take a look at our good buddy Apple this morning. They're down almost half of 8%, 1.4 million shares traded. The last 2 days really have not been getting a whole lot of movement on Apple, right? So pretty quiet here. Again, so nothing exciting. I don't see anything great here besides the volume. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything that looks explosive on this one. Let's take a look at
Yeah,
Tesla. We have not talked about that one this morning. Go ahead,
just
Peter.
just mentioning Apple. There's a couple of pieces that came out this morning that was saying that their Apple Intelligence, their AI model or AI solution, right, is really not delivering to expectations. There's just been a lot of sort of bugs in the software, and it really, sometimes it'll give you the right answers, sometimes it gives you gobbledygook. So apparently, yeah, everybody's not enamored with their Apple Intelligence coming out in the AOS 18 release, and Apple's probably going to have to do a little bit of tap dancing and some quick fixes here to sort of recover from this. But I think they're already doing that. There's a new iOS 18.2 that is apparently came out last week, but that didn't fix all the problems. So expect 18.3 very quickly. I'm sure they've got their developers working overtime to fix the problem. Whatever they're doing, they got to infuse some more intelligence in the Apple Intelligence model.
Yeah, that has been probably the weakest area of Apple is there. Even Siri, it's so bad
Mm.
compared to like Google. It is horrible. Google can do so many things much, much better. It's been for years, so they're just so behind on this, man. They just need to hire like uh just patent the Google stuff and just pay them a fee and be done with it. They're trying to figure out something that's just they're just horrible at. So we'll see. They'll figure it out eventually,
I
but
can't.
they're so behind on this.
Corporate demands can make strange bedfellows, but I've got to think that it would be a cold day in hell before Apple would agree to license Google's software sort of platform. So, but
It'll be a
anyways,
game changer, man. And
it certainly would
for
be.
them, people will still buy the Apple product. Like they could do whatever they want, put whatever they want in there. People are still going to buy the Apple phone and say it's Apple, even though they're using Google Maps. They love their Apple product,
Yeah.
right? So they don't lose anything if they're still selling phones. They still sell phones.
Weren't they
Um,
in talks
but
back
yeah,
in March with Google to use Google's Gemini?
Were they?
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah, I
that
believe
drops
so.
off though.
Seems
Yeah, they were like
unlikely.
flirting with it. Yeah, no, they were flirting with it back a few ago, and
Okay.
everybody was happy. But
All
then they
right.
went a different direction. So, but yeah, that's Apple, friends. Let's stop here. 9:05. I want to get to community events and announcements. We can come back and look at more stocks later. But right now, what I have: Reddit, Meta, Google, AMD, and
Oh my
SMCI look
God.
amazing. SMCI dropping now
It
above
is.
30%.
It
It's
is.
free
Yeah.
fall.
My
This
God.
is
The
yeah.
humanity, as Brian
All
would
right.
say. Oh, the
Yeah.
humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take a look. Community events. Peter's going to take you through what's happening on this beautiful Wednesday.
Indeed, it's Wednesday. It's Psychology Wednesday, and I'm very, very excited. We've got an excellent presenter tonight. Dr. Vanessa Charland is going to be with us. And again, I've been saying it. I love the name and I love the topic. We're talking about neuroplasticity tonight and self awareness in Change Your Brain. Change your game. So it should be an excellent, excellent webinar. Looking forward to that. 8 o'clock tonight. Again, if you're an elite member, it does get recorded and put it into our education center. So you can watch it later if you're not able to make it live, but hopefully you will, because then you can ask questions and actively participate. But if you can't, then it will be recorded for you. But that's 8 o'clock this evening. Should be a great, great session. And then next week, Dr. Kenneth Reed is going to be back with us, and he's going to be talking about how you plan for the planning impaired. I mean, what one of us has not been planning impaired at some point in time, right? And he's going to talk about how you can get better at planning activities, which helps you manage your sort of calm you into the markets and make sure that you do have a plan that you can execute against. So that is happening next Wednesday, November 6th at 8 p.m. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we also have one technical webinar. Nathan jumps on at noon and helps us with Bookmap, talks about anything, how it works, how you can configure it, how you can use it, the value of it, all that stuff. So if you're curious or you're using Bookmap and want some answers, he's the guy to go to. Join in the webinar room at noon today for that. So that's what we've got today. If you want to join us at the Bearable Traders community, we'd love to have you. We've got a number of membership options for you. Most importantly, we've got the Elite Annual, which is deeply discounted, 50% off right now with our spooky Halloween sale. Spooky 50 is the code for that. It's 50% off, and you should take advantage of that while it's available. So there you go. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And of course, all these earnings we're talking about, everything that we've got is available at the tradingterminal.com. It's there. Now, somebody was asking me earlier in the chat room. I helped them out with this. In the calendar, if you click on the calendar, you've got all these earnings. And people are wondering, where do we get that cool picture? If you click where it says top earnings, right at the top there's a little, there you go, that box. Ta-da! There's the pretty picture with all the logos. So if you're looking for it, that's how you get it, right there. All right. So anyways, go to tradingterminal.com. You can get that and so much more. It's all available. All right, we got to set some levels. We got so many things to watch. I want to make sure we give time for our live traders to get ready for this market because it's a busy one. There's a lot going on this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So our traders are trading live. Be ready. 9:15. We'll be going to you guys so you have enough time to prepare and walk us through what you're watching today because, as Peter mentioned, it's a lot going on this morning. But before we do that, before we get to our levels, guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We're sitting at 151 likes, and we have 534 people watching. So definitely hit that like button. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. So thank you for that. I would love to be closer to
Can I just
300
say,
if we can by the time we are finishing up the show. Yeah.
absolutely. We want to get as many likes as possible. Here, if I can help out, I feel like Norm, for those of you that have been around a long time, Norm was like, I'm really just Norm 2.0. Norm was the original and was here for a while. Jared has inspired me, as did Norm. And I've actually traded, while I'm talking here, I traded SMCI long. I took it on the bounce. For those of you that know me, you know that I love to reverse things. I'm a big reversal trader, so I did manage to get in at about 32.70, and it was a little risky because it actually put me in the red for a second. But now we're up at 35.50 and looking good. So hopefully we can get. I'd love it if we got back up to 40, but I'll bail if this thing starts to look weak at all. So there we go. Anyways, so look at that. Trading SMCI on the bounce. I know I'm not alone because I know Jared's in there with me, and a couple of our members are there as well. So What the heck? Why not, right? I don't often trade pre-market, but when I do, it's SMCI. No, the most interesting
There we go,
trader in the
friends.
world. Anyways.
Yep, yep. Uh, Friends, let's get to some levels here. We got again a monstrous list. We'll start with SMCI since we're talking about that now. This thing is on fire, down 20% right now, but it was down all the way to like 33% or more. So low of the pre-market 30.31. So we'll slam a level there. We'll look to the left. We haven't, man, we blew through every support level that we had here recently in September and October. We'll mark those just in case this thing decides to push higher. We got one at 41. 46. We have another one around 38.03. So we'll mark those two there. And then to the left, in case we do decide to drop lower, we haven't been here since the beginning of the year, looks like. Let's go ahead. Can I go back? There it is. So we're looking at December, January, below that 30.26, which is some level we have there low of the pre-market for right now. We are going to mark down if I can get, there it is, better zoom in action is going to be 28.63 and then down here 27.44. So just two levels below that new low of the pre-market. We'll see if that means anything for this ticker. But volume 11 million shares traded right now. It is on fire. So let's continue from bottom to the top here. AMD is next on there. AMD 3.3 million shares traded right now. High of the pre-market 154.20. So that's looking good there. We'll mark that down. And then low of the pre-market down at 151.11 for the low of the pre-market. Towards the top, guys, you're pretty much taken care of. You got the highs and lows. They're doing an amazing job. So you really don't need to add anything else. And then towards the bottom, in case we do drop any further, we are going to be looking at right around here. It looks like 147.75. So we'll slam one there. And then over here at 142.46, another great level on AMD. So AMD, great volume. I have not seen this volume in a long time. Great day yesterday, giving all the gains back from yesterday and then some. So I like what I'm seeing there on AMD. I think it'll be in play today. Let's take a look at Google today. Again, high flying up 6.8 this morning, 2.8 million shares trade. So that looks very nice. High of the pre-market is 181.56. And then towards the low, we're going to mark down 177. 81, 177.81 is the low of the pre-market. Let's go to the left and see some levels based on where our price action is right now. So we're using some support and some resistance that we had here in the past. You can see that there. That's our high of our pre-market, low of our pre-market. Towards the top, we are going to mark down 185. So you see resistance happening there, a little bit of support as well. So that's good. Then up here, we got a minor area, which is 188, right? You can see that there. A little bit of support, a little bit of resistance. So that's good. And then the most recent high is going to be up at 191.80. So Google typically not the best day trading stock, but today out of the Magnificent Seven, I think Google and Meta are probably the toughest to trade. But today Google is heavily in play, and Meta after earnings tonight will probably be heavily in play tomorrow. So looking forward to that as well. 174.33 on Google is a great level here as well. You can see the ton of support you have on here when it comes to that price target. So there it is on Google, guys. Looking good. Great volume in play today. Speaking of Meta is more of a possible. We'll do levels for today. I mean, it is up one almost 2% here, 1.8. It will be interesting maybe later in the day going into their earnings. We'll see how it trades today. I want to keep a close eye on it. But again, it looks okay. It's not great. 602 is the low of the pre-market, 602.40. 609.50 is the high of the pre-market, and we are hitting all-time highs here. Uh, yes, we are. Yeah, all-time highs. So your levels towards the bottom, nothing towards the top, obviously, but towards the bottom, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. Great day yesterday, leading into earnings tonight. So looking forward to see how this is going to end, especially after hours this evening. Last but not least is Reddick. Reddick is moving here today, guys, up nicely, a 23% pop today. So that is looking very nice for them. 102.30 is the high of the pre-market. We'll mark the low over at 97.14. I think this is their all-time highs, right? Recent IPO last year, and since then has actually for an IPO, that recent IPO, this is very, very good. The fact that you're above your opening price, that's awesome. You've been above that for a while, and now you're crushing it, guys. A new all-time highs here at 102.30. And then towards the bottom, you have no data here. Like this is blank. There's nothing here. You can go back to the left. There's nothing at all. So you're gonna have no levels there. Look out for the whole dollar numbers are gonna be interesting. And then you do have your highs and lows all the way down around 84-ish, 83 area. So there it is. I like Reddit today. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We do have shares for sure as well. Yes, we do. Plenty, 2 million. So more than enough for all of us. And we'll see how this plays out. Peter, take us through what our team is watching this morning. How long is Lenny's list? That was the guess we had here. It's massive.
It is pretty long. It is pretty long. We'll get there. In fact, it's not going to fit all on the screen, so I'll do my best to pick up the differences.
Yeah, it was way too long. We got to talk to Lenny about that.
That's all right. Hey, look, he's watching what he's watching, man. It's I won't deny him that. All right, let's start at the top. Jared was in first. He's watching Google, AMD, and Reddit. We know he's watching SMCI for sure because he's already trading it. Well, the two of us are already trading that, although it's not looking good. I'm thinking I might get stopped out here, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, Snapchat, and he's going to keep an eye on the scanner. So he's going to be a busy boy this morning trying to keep an eye on all of that. Thor is being a little tighter here watching AMD, Tesla, BA, and MSTR. We didn't talk about MicroStrategy today, but we could have. In fact, it was so exciting with so much going on. We didn't talk about Bitcoin at all because the Bitcoin prices got up over 72,000 and holding there ever since yesterday morning. So yeah, those Bitcoin plays are still going strong. But anyways, Thor will keep an eye on them for us. Mike is going to be watching AMD, Google, and Reddit. Eamon is going to be watching AMD for a potential long and Apple for a potential short. My list, I'm going to be focusing on AMD, Google, and Meta, and then SMCI, Lilly, and Snapchat. So that's what I'm looking at. Megan's going to be watching Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. I don't have any IPOs listed for today. We had a couple yesterday that I mentioned. Actually, did they open? Let's see. Did they open? 1, 2? Yeah, they both opened yesterday. So that we talked about, but nothing slated for today. Phil's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, and SMCI. Lenny, well, as we mentioned, with the big long list here, let me see. I'm going to do it in one breath. AMD, Google, Microsoft, Meta, SMCI, Tesla, Reddit, Lilly, GSK, and IonQ. There we go. I got them all. Okay, Brendan is going to be watching Google, AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. Pierre is going to be putting an eye to AMD, Apple, Tesla, and Boeing. And last but absolutely not least, Paris is going to be watching AMD, Google, Reddit, SMCI, and interestingly, he's got NVIDIA / Tesla. I don't think that's a slash. I think if you're watching one, you're watching. You got to watch both, or he's going to pick one. I don't know what's going on. We know he loves Tesla. I love you, Tesla. So we'll see what happens if it moves. That was my bad Paris impression, by the way. For those of you that don't know him, you got to be in the room. It's awesome when he says it. We love it when it happens. So, all right, guys. Whatever you do, just keep smiling. I'm just about to be stopped out here of SMCIs. It's coming back down. It looks like maybe the drop is not done. It's coming back to my entry, and I'm not going to risk being in a losing position on this thing. Yeah, I was hoping that we might get more of a pull up, but I'm just 10 cents away from my entry. So it's pretty sketchy here, especially with the spread that's going up to about 10, 12 cents. So maybe I'll survive. You never know. All right. Guys, we got so much happening this morning, but we're going to start with our live traders who are going to help you understand what the market's doing. They're just getting themselves all queued up and live and ready to go. I know I set the schedule, or at least I asked them to. I can't remember. I think it's Pierre who's doing it the last 2 days. I don't remember if it's Pierre or Lenny today.
It's Lenny.
One of the two of them.
Hey, guys.
It's Lenny.
Lenny here.
Goody. All right. Lenny's here. Andrew.
Awesome.
Andrew? Whoa. We got some background noise.
We got some.
I hear some echoes.
Yeah, we got an echo. Somebody's got a loudspeaker there. That's
Lenny,
echoing.
I think it's you.
Yeah. All right. Andrew, can I just give you some kudos, man? You've been up early, ready to go pretty consistently here. So well done.
Good morning, everybody. Well, this is the most important week probably in the whole year and next week. So I am not going to miss trading.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'm out of SMCI, by the way.
Yeah, we have the big tech earning today, and The next week we have the election, so I would never miss this week
It's an amazing
for
day.
anything.
A lot of stocks in play.
Yeah.
Really, a lot
So
of
It's a
stocks
busy
in
one.
AMD,
play.
Nvidia, Google, Reddit. What do you want in life? Really.
And
Um,
there's MSCI, many other stocks, Lilly as well, LLY.
so what's the news on SMCI? Let down the 34%. Is it the
They
earning?
No, they delayed submission of their 10K reporting. So whenever you delay submission of mandatory documents, that's never a good thing. So
And
Never good
I
team.
heard something about the resignation of Ernst and Young, that they withdrew themselves or something like that.
Oh, I didn't hear that,
Resign.
but Lenny, that could explain why they have to delay the submission of the reporting, right? If Ernst and Young was
Yes.
not willing to do it, that explains the drop even more, because that could say that their auditors are not willing to sign off on their paperwork, and therefore they resigned rather than, they just resigned. So yeah, that's not good news.
What a
Yeah.
nightmare is in their accounting.
Yeah, exactly. It raises all sorts of questions. What the heck is going on over there that the auditors said, man, we're not doing this. We're out. That's it. You're on your own, baby. So,
And look at the volume in the pre-market. Every candle, like
yeah,
500K shares traded, 800K. Really big volume in
yeah,
SMCI in the pre-market.
yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
ugly.
So
All right,
I am
guys,
actually watching that.
trade smart, and I'm going to leave you guys to it. Have a good one.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thank
buddy.
you.
So Google. Um,
Google crushed
so
earnings,
which?
what I read.
Yeah, I know. So I am watching it. You know, as Peter and Carlos mentioned, Google usually day trading hasn't really been fun, but I think today might be a day that you want to do that. AMD also down 8%. There are a bunch of levels here, 152 and 150. So let's see what's going to do. It's
Yes.
trading now above the VWAPs. If it stays above the VWAP, it might actually rally, even though it's gapping down 8%. Let me also share my screen, guys. In the chat room, you guys be able to see my live entries and exits. And then on YouTube, guys, remember, first of all, you are delayed a little bit. And also, you won't be able to see my screen. So if you want, you can actually join for $1 and watch us live in the chat room. I think this week and next week would be probably the most important week for the whole a year for trading.
I think so as well. It's going to be amazing. By the way, I'm also sharing my screen on Bearable Traders in the chat room, so you guys can switch between the screen of Andrew and my screen.
Lenny's screen.
My screen should be visible right now.
Right.
But yeah, indeed, there's going to be a lot of fun happening today, tomorrow, Friday, next week with the US elections.
Yeah, I know. Lenny, you're not American. No, you're not going to vote, huh?
No.
No, you're not American. All right.
Perhaps I could try
My
to
American
vote.
friends, go and vote now. It's very important.
Yes.
All right, guys. And remember, guys, if you get to 500 likes, we're going to give a laptop away. Today is Wednesday.
Did you see Reddit, Andrew?
I saw Reddit. Yeah, all-time high. This is all-time high trading, huh? This is,
Huge gap up.
this is a huge gap up. This is all-time high. So it's uncharted territory, really, Reddit. But it could be potentially, right now it's super extended, like 4% extended from VWAP. But it might be a good opening range breakup. I'll definitely look into that. I think I traded that Reddit before. I don't remember did I lost money or not. But this is a very classic, like a stocks in play.
Definitely.
AM,
AMD sold off very
SMCI.
hard in the post market yesterday. AMD, but it seemed to be bottoming a little bit in the pre market. But there are important support levels below, I think, in AMD. The price action. I don't really have a bias either to the long set or the short set on AMD. I'm just gonna read the price action.
Yeah, so let's see. This is super important trading day. Let's see.
It is. is there we got LLY gapping down. They had earnings, but they were quite disappointing. What I read
From AMD.
from LLY, Eli Lilly, it's like the LLY, the pharmaceutical. They also have
Oh
this
yeah,
weight losing drug.
yeah. This one is insulin. I think also produce insulin.
Yeah, correct. I like that the candles are relative small, and like more or less stable the candle. So like if they break out to either side, they could give a very good risk to reward. But that's only, of course, unless there's a trend really starting and showing a trend. Otherwise, you have to be careful with. Uh, it's also funny, right? The revival of the nuclear energy stocks, because the big tech companies are discussing that they might need nuclear energy for the AI facilities. So they
Yeah,
have
that
like
was a conversation that they had. Yeah,
so,
that's a conversation. So Google wants to do that.
no, not Google, but therefore like these OKLO and SMR are in play last weeks. No, Google not, but Google had I heard something read something interesting. CEO or somebody else in the company really said like now's the time like to invest in AI. Like what is like the biggest risk, to underinvest in AI or to overinvest in AI? And they really said the risk is to underinvest in AI. So I think they're what they said. They're going.
Yeah, I was reading
Also,
also an article in Bloomberg that there are some arguments that these companies, the way that they're investing, they can't really get any return from this huge investing on AI, like Meta and Google and stuff. But
okay,
apparently not true, because Google's gapping up,
yeah.
but they really investing significantly on this.
Apparently, they really crushed earnings. They increased the speed also of their profit. I mean, like compared with the previous quarters. Apparently, they really did well. But yeah, let's see what Google will do when it opens. It's usually not the most easiest trader, but if there's so much volume, so much happening, could give great moves.
Yeah. All right, guys. So um, I'll see you very soon, Lenny, in Colombia.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'll see you very soon.
It's really great. In 1 month from now.
Yeah, 1 month, less than a month actually for me. I come November 29th, so I'll see you in. We have guys the retreat in Colombia. If anyone wants to join, we have one spot available. We had one cancellation, so it's going to be 10 days in Colombia, 3 cities, lots of trading and lots of activity. Just email me, guys, if you want.
Like a BBT meetup in an awesome place. What more do you want?
Yes.
Yeah. Tesla, by the way, is selling off in the pre-market, doing its own thing as usual.
Tesla is also that was actually it's kind of flat, like a little bit down. Nvidia might be a sympathy play, maybe not. Let's see. AMD and Nvidia doesn't necessarily trade together always, but could be a sympathy play. Bitcoin 73,000. Is Bitcoin
Yeah,
all-time high?
Bitcoin very strong.
Yeah, it did hit the all-time high. Yeah, rejected all-time high. That's interesting.
Many things are happening at the moment. Also, the job report, what I understood, it came out very strong. So the yields are up again.
ELT is up a little bit. This market, man, this market,
Really
crazy.
many things happening.
God bless United States of America and its stock market, really.
Yeah, so 10
Yes,
minutes before the market opens. Trade
10
responsible.
seconds. Yeah.
10 seconds, sorry, of course.
Yeah.
Important
All right, let's see.
decision.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go.
So what do we see?
AMD, heavy volume selling off. Let's see. You can get opening range breakdown on AMD.
Google starting very erratic.
AMD is selling off significantly. It's going to be on the short selling restriction soon.
So what else is happening? SPY Q so far within the 1 minute opening range, still trading sideways so far within the first minute. AMD indeed selling off hard, going to the level 150.52, about to break it down. We are there right
Yeah, I'm going to
now.
get a short on AMD for 1 minute opening range breakdown. Although be careful of this. This might actually completely reverse course. If it comes above 152.40, I'm going to get a stopped out.
Also, Google opening very strong. It's just not sure to
Little
take it for an
strong,
opening
huh?
range breakout. The first minute was strong. It's very
And so
erratic order flow. Price mark is very erratic up and down. So what else? What is our success story Reddit doing?
already it
It's
is
moving
also
up.
strong, but not a lot of volume on Reddit yet.
Nope, indeed. It's just 50k shares traded per minute.
I'm going to get a stopped out on AMD, guys. AMD doesn't look like it wants to go down. It looks close like a doji.
It's
Let's
like the
see.
first big candle on AMD is like $3 in the first 1 minute. It's relative big.
I
Hurts
know.
maybe a bit the risk to reward.
I'm going to get back on AMD. Let's see if AMD going to go break down. I'm going to see if AMD wants to go. I might actually over trading it, but let's see. Reddit is still going up, but no volume. Is there how's the book map on AMD? Is there a big beat or something?
Nothing really out of ordinary. Perhaps a slight imbalance to the bid side.
NVIDIA is coming down. NVIDIA is selling off. All right, the AMD guys, I'm short. Let's see if we can break down or not.
I think Google so far it's a little bit
Partially some
sideways.
AMD guys.
Nice.
150.40. All right, so the volume came in on Reddit finally.
Could be an important level here in AMD, like this 150.52.
Yeah. So
Be
I'm
nice to see
covering
it.
some of my shorts. I'm getting my losses back on it. And so that's interesting. Let's see. What's Google doing? NVIDIA is also selling off.
Yeah, Google just moving
Google,
sideways.
yeah, Google's a nightmare right now. Reddit, I'm looking for Reddit closer to the VWAP a little bit.
Wow, Reddit strong. Very strong. Imagine it moved since 8:30 US market time. It moved $17 up.
Some CI doing. Some CI trades interesting. It's a little bit all over the place, huh? Gonna add a little bit on AMD at 150.11. Let's see if AMD can do another drop. It's a little bit tricky, AMD, but it doesn't want to sell off the way that usually these companies are selling off. Definitely looks like a buyer. NVIDIA looks like it wants to sell off too.
Google also selling off now, broke the opening range.
Let's see if AMD wants to do a 5-minute win range breakdown or not.
It's a bit tricky, right? AMD, there's now a little bit of bottoming, but there's also the order flow is not that smooth.
Yeah,
There's the level.
definitely is not super weak. So there is definitely, whenever they try to go down, it's just straight bottom. It's being bought back up. Kind of made a little bit of my losses back, but let's see if I can actually get the profit out of it.
SMCI, yeah, it looks now like it wants to go further. SMCI is just still in the, just looks a bit like in the pre-market, still in the pre-market range, but
Yeah, SMCI looks like it wants to break down.
I think it's
See
gonna
if you
make
can
a
get
flush
some
soon.
short on SMCI. SMCI is on
Even
short
though it's
selling restriction
also
of 32%, huh?
yeah, also not taking it.
Can AMD do that? I'm gonna add a little bit my short on AMD at 150.36.
Yeah, just formed like an inside candle, now breaking down. Now it might be the sellers coming in.
SMCI. I'm trying to get a short on SMCI. Let's see if I can get filled. Oh, there you go. I'm short SMCI. I got filled at 32.95. AMD is going down. That's good. Partialing AMD guys at 149.62. All right, SMCI is also going down. Let's see if SMCI can go to the like 32.28. I'm partialing guys on AMD.
Nice, it made the breakdown.
Yeah. SMCI low of pre-market is at 32.28. Guys, short SMCI and AMD.
Google also selling off now. It might be a little bit
Reddit is coming
late in
back
Google.
up.
Yeah.
A huge ask on 32.50 on SMCI. Let's see if we can get that. Would be nice if you can get that.
See all these candles closing at the low in SMCI. Each candle is almost no tick
I
up.
know. SMCI very good. Let's see, 32.50 is gonna break down. 32.28, I have that. The bids are super bearish. Come on, SMCI. SMCI, come on. All right, big beat at 32.30. It's very nice. Let's see if you can get that. SMCI short is interesting. Come on, 32.28. AMD, I'm still short on AMD, but I think it bounced back, huh? Because I can see my PNL is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to.
Google, there's also some profit taking now.
No, not on SMCI. Damn, it bounced back.
No.
Not on SMCI. I didn't take any partial. Should have.
For me, no trades yet. Can't wait that perfect entry.
NVIDIA is going down.
Okay, there's some profit taking in the big tech names. Also Microsoft selling off. Close the gap almost, Microsoft.
MCI is
Oof,
back
look at
into my
LLY.
break-even point. What are you trading? What are you looking at?
I was looking at LLY. That made a nice opening range breakdown. I just missed it looking at the big tech names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You look at the
Guys, I
5-minute
covered my
OV and
SMCI. All out of my SMCI. SMCI should have covered it earlier. I'm all out of it. Kind of break even with a small loss actually on SMCI. I was just idiots. I should have covered on that. So let's see what's gonna do. I'm still short on AMD, guys. 8,000 shares on AMD. Let's see if
it's
AMD
holding
can.
below this level.
Yeah, I know AMD. I'm looking forward for more drop on AMD. Adding a little bit more on
It makes
AMD. SMCI, yeah, it bounces back. What's Google doing?
it's sold off.
Google didn't do anything.
There was
No.
some profit taking in Google.
Yeah. So yeah, the only profit that I have right now is AMD. Let's see how far AMD is going to S3 at 149. Shorting AMD, guys. SMCI, actually, practically, I didn't make any money out of it. EMF is hitting well. Okay,
Q's also
Q's are
selling up
selling
now.
out. NVIDIA is selling up nicely.
Yes. SPY also. There's some profit taking all over the board. LLY was for me the miss of the day. Beautiful 5-minute OB. Hope you guys in the chat room were able to catch it.
Okay, guys, I'm covering my AMD. I'm covering my AMD. I'm all out of my AMD, guys. Didn't really. Yeah, I'm flat on it. I made the losses back on AMD. NVIDIA turned out to be a super nice short. Yeah, I'm all out of it. This AMD doesn't really, every time that it's selling up, it becomes like a doji. It might actually go to S3, but my average was like kind of a mess, so I don't want to be in there. Give me 1 second, I'll quickly come back.
So let's go ahead. Google forming a clear selling, a clear bear channel now at the pre-market low. Also finding perhaps some bottoming now in the Google, but I would definitely not take it for a reversal now. So what else is happening? Tesla was very choppy after the open, but now also breaking down. Reddit. So we had this initial very strong move up in Reddit, but I think it was also a little bit extended by then. Like I said, it moved from the pre-market from 97 all the way to 114 in one move up. That's of course a bit too much. So therefore we saw some choppy price action from that point, moving sideways. So perhaps later it find another direction, but for now I think it's just moving sideways. LLI might be bottoming now. Very extended move down. A little bit of change in the candles, but still I think it's important to be very careful. So what else do we got? So IO and Q, it gapped down and it was trending really down in the pre-market, but it opened up and you see a We see a big recovery, but no entry for me.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Shit, SMCI bounced
Welcome
back.
back.
Wow. SMCI bounced back like a boss. Look at that.
Looks like a nice continuation setup in the bounce up, so to the long side.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I got out of it. NVDA selling off, down 3%. What's AMD doing? AMD is also bouncing back. I'm glad I got out of it. Now the question is, should we take AMD for a long? No. It's not a setup that I want to take. What's Google doing? Google is coming back up. Google might be a long, actually. I'm going to take a long on Google, 179.30. If it pulls back to 178.60, I'm going to add into that. Google looks like it wants to go back up to VWAP. What's Tesla doing? Tesla doing nothing. Reddit wants to come back up. Reddit could be opening range break up too now. At 109 would that be nice. NVIDIA is coming back up. SMCI comes above the VWAP. Well, guys, that's 179.28. It's not a great entry, but if it pulls back to 178.77, I might add more. Things are bouncing back now. AMD is also bouncing back.
I like the volume signals in SMCI.
SMCI is super strong now.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Just completely turned around.
I'm glad I got out of it. Like I was waiting to get to that 32.28. I had actually a big size, but just came out of it with a $700 loss.
So what about AMD? Now we're above that level, the previous pivot low on the daily chart.
Yeah, AMD is also strong. AMD a potential long too. I'm going to take an AMD long at 151. Let's see if we can pop above the VWAP, test the moving averages above the VWAP. I'm ready to add more. I'm not full size on them. Potentially we can add on them. AMD, my average, new average is 151. The reason that I took Google a little bit more comfortable was because Google is gapping up already. So now it's bouncing back. I'm adding a little bit more on Google here. 179.35.20. Google test the VWAP. NVIDIA is doing a big climb. SMCI is doing the lightning bolt pattern. Damn it.
Also an impressive recovery on the SPY.
Yes, Qs and SPY are doing a V-shaped recovery. Let's see when AMD wants to. The problem with AMD is gapping down, so I have less confidence on it to go above the VWAP. It looks like it wants to go with like SMCI, but Google, because it's gapping up, sold off, and now it's kind of recovering. So added a little bit more. Let's see if it goes to 150, 150. SMCI is going to go
I
to
really like the
35.
volume signals in SMCI. See, like in the last 10 minutes, each red candle has clearly less volume than the green candles.
Yeah, I'm
That's a pretty
partially
strong
some on
sign in
AMD, guys,
SMCI.
150, 160. What's Google doing? Come on, Google. Look at AMD. You're gapping up. You got to go higher. Adding a little bit more on Google. AMD. Let's see if we can get to 152.
AMD now closing above the VWAP.
I know, yeah, in 1 minute close above the VWAP. Let's see if it can survive that. This 5 minute candlestick at 945 is super bullish. I like that. NVIDIA, same pattern is emerging. SMCI. Reddit is going to go break the high of the day. I was thinking of Reddit. I should have taken Reddit. All right, Google is going up. Come on, Google. You can do 180. I want Google 180. The AMD 152 would be nice. Google's
Buying
popping up,
brigade
guys.
came in.
Nice. Anyone took Google or AMD with me for a scalp above the VWAP? Anyone in YouTube?
Or SMCI also made a very nice recovery.
Oh, SMCI was
Keeps
the
on grinding.
best. Look at that. The only reason that I didn't take SMCI was it was really gapping down 35%. And look at that. It's going back to all, high of the day.
It's really interesting. Around like 940, 939, 940, you can really see like the candles, how they change in SMCI. First, they were moving down, and then suddenly it turned around. The grid candle is becoming bigger, closing
Yeah.
at the high volume signals. SMCI is like now where the bargain hunters are buying. They still believe in the
I
future.
know. Yeah,
Can be up and
SMCI is
down,
the
but
chip company, huh? Is the designer of chip company or is
yes.
it a chip company?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they're like a semiconductors indeed. They're in the chip industry.
5% up. Oh, no, Google, don't do that. Google, go back up. You can do it.
So far today was the day of an initial sell-off, and then quickly the buyers came in again.
Yeah.
So not really a trending day so far, not at all. Just initial profit taking, and the buying brigade stepped in various stocks.
Look at SMCI, man. It's just squeezing the shorts, I think. Spies coming above the VWAP.
I think some people had some fun in SMCI to the long side.
Yeah, I know. I'm adding a little bit more on AMD. Let's see if AMD can pop to 152. Google, damn it, Google is selling off. No, Google, you should still go back up. Still long on Google. Still haven't lost my hope on Google, even though I was hoping to go faster. SMCI is going to break the 36. Let's see if AMD can go to 152.
So AMD is now seen to be bottoming. AMD could indeed be strong.
Are you long AMD?
No, I'm not long. I used
Why
to
is it
like to
bothering
trade
you?
with them. No, it's not
Why
bothering
is
me.
it bothering you if you're not long?
No, I'm considering going in, but usually I trade with the direction of the intraday trend. This more after the
All right,
reversal.
so let's see. AMD is going to give us 152, I know.
Yeah, looks like it wants to go for sure.
All right, there you go, 152. Partialing some here on AMD. 5184. Fairly big size on it, so be there too.
So I did a complete V reversal.
That was crazy. I'm glad I got out of SMCI. Like that kind of a squeeze is if you're short down there, it's not fun.
Oh, see again a volume
Yeah,
signal on SMCI.
I know. Shit, SMCI is going to go through 36.
Now it's above the opening range as well. But now you're also getting a little bit extended.
I tried to scalp it. Didn't turn out to be good. I got a bad feel on SMCI for the break of 36, so I'm getting out of it. But I tried to scalp it. All right, AMD is trying to fight this 152 level. Let's see. My average on oh, beautiful Paris. I'm glad you took SMCI. I am very, very glad that you actually
Nice.
did that.
Everybody else who traded SMCI, please share it in the chat room. We all
SMCI.
like to see it.
Yeah, MTJ, my partials are 10%. SMCI selling puts. Let's see. SMCI, there must be a lot of premium on that. Today's Wednesday, huh? So if you go for November 1st, what kind of puts do we have? It's trading at 36, 30, 31, SMCI, 65 cents. Selling puts at 37, it's $3. Wow.
SMCI at
Wow,
37
SMCI.
right now.
I know, it's super crazy. Well, the way that it's going up, I don't know if it's going to. Wow, it's
It's speeding
beautiful.
up.
Wow, look at that.
It's even speeding up. The candle is becoming bigger.
I know. This is an amazing squeeze on SMCI. I tried to break at 36. I got out of it. But yeah, I just didn't have the courage to hold it because it's super extended. Wow, crazy. This is crazy. It's going to get
Awesome.
halted now. I
It's
think it's going to get halted now.
yes.
Jesus.
Maybe like
SMCI.
some counter news came out that it was okay with the issues. I don't know. But you can really see like the lesson of this trend up. You see like the volume signals. All the red candles have lower volume. All the candles almost closing at the high. Not too many big wicks from the top side. It's really like a strong trend up.
Yeah, it might be some news or something that the issue is fixed, but this is crazy. Wow. Anyone Paris did a really nice Paris did a really, really nice trade. Maybe Brent, you want to show Paris trade in the chat room? It was amazing.
Paris, I don't see your screen in chat.
No. He shared a screenshot of his
Screenshot.
trade inside the chat. Yeah.
Oh,
If we go
can
up a
you
little
send
bit.
it directly to me in
Yeah, I can
Telegram?
do that for you. So it's a really, really great trade. Fuck me. Look at that. I'll send it to you, Brent, in Telegram.
Thank you.
Wow, this is such a great trade. I'm so envying you. All right, I think I need to get a stop out on Google. This Google doesn't want to go up. Yeah, I think.
Might be some more profit taking Google.
Okay, I have it on screen.
Yeah, so see, Paris trade is amazing. Like that was a perfect entry for it. As soon as I saw SMCI is reversing, like look at the candlestick at 939. So you can see my screen at 939. As soon as this big candlestick showed up, I covered my shorts, but that would have been a really good place to go long on that because the order flow became super bullish. And then as you see, there was another good entry for, at around 948. That would have been a nice area to enter, but really, really nice, super bullish trade.
Amazon now maybe breaking down further.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon sold off significantly too. What was the other one? Meta. I think Meta has earning today.
Yeah, I believe so. After the close, they gapped up into all-time high today, but
Yeah.
intraday just being very choppy.
SMCI float is 435 million, huh? These tricks get halted. And I don't think I've ever seen a company with 500 million float to get halted like this. Maybe the OM is green
It's
now.
funny, right?
MDM
Like,
is running up to.
it's funny at SMCI, like the first leg up from 940 to 944 was like small, just like 3 candles up. Then the second leg from 944 to 950 was a little bit bigger. Then it became even more convincing from 949 to 954. And then it even started to speed up and then became halted. So
Yeah.
everybody really became enthusiastic about buying.
Yeah. Oh shit, AMD is dropping, so I gotta get a stop down on AMD, guys. I'm all out of AMD. Google is going up. Now Google is profitable for me, guys. I'm long Google. Let's see if we can get to 180. I'm all out of my AMD position, guys, for long. Now Google is the new cowboy in the town, new sheriff in the town. So I'm adding a little bit more on Google, guys. Let's see if Google get above the VWAP. It was a good day. Huh? It was good. It was a good trading day.
And lots of volatility. But for me, as an opening range break trader, I like to wait for a very nice opening range, then to take it either long or short, and then wait for the continuation for another move up to really try to catch the trend. But today, so often, many stocks we saw the price action from an opening range breaking a little bit down and then turning all around. So I could not find a lot of great entries to trade with the trend. But I think there was great volatility in the turnaround when the buyers stepped in.
Shit, this Google dropped. The hell? Against
Reddit's just
what?
rangy for now.
There's like this AMD and Google are driving me crazy. I gotta get it stopped out on Google. Yeah, AMD, as soon as I got out, came back up, and the Google thought that it's gonna. SMCI is out of the halt. It's now trading at 37.32.
Was a lot of volume. Each candle in SMCI is around more than 2 million shares traded. That's really a
It's
lot.
crazy volume.
Hey, Andrew, Lenny,
Yes.
it's after 10 o'clock and we haven't hit 400 likes yet. So, still way
It's very
behind.
unfortunate, guys. That is very unfortunate, guys. Not supporting, huh? It's okay. It's okay.
Please, guys, come on. Give that thumbs up. Give that like.
I guess they don't want that laptop.
No, they don't. Everybody's rich. Bitcoin is back up. Everybody's rich. AMD's back up, guys. I mean, unfortunately, I got out of it completely. Google is now up again. This is my chance to get out of Google break even. I don't know. Should I keep it, be a degen, or should I just get out of it at the break even and just book the profit? I mean, this is my last chance probably to get out of this.
SMCI maybe wants to go again.
I know.
Just bounce off the opening range.
37,
so like the
34. Yeah. Google is going up. Gotta take a long on SMCI at 37.20. Even though these stocks that are halted, you should be stay away from them. But let's see. 720. Let's see if you can go to 38. The Google is popping up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Google. SMCI, let's see if he wants to go to 38. Google wants to come back up. Come on, Google, go up.
Really some profit taking today at Amazon.
Getting out of SMCI
AMD
and the long, but let's see. Google wants to go up. AMD, yeah, AMD is going to go up. I'm looking for a trend similar to AMD on Google. I'm still staying in there, 180. Okay, now that's what we want.
AMD grinding up indeed.
So Google is all at the VWAP on 5-minute chart and partialing some at 179.50. Let's see if you can go to 180. SMCI definitely crazy. SPY went green.
Yeah. There's like a Nike shape reversal in SPY. First move down and then a huge overshoot to the upside again. So what about SMCI now? Could it go for another move? Could it be bottoming here?
SMCI wants to recover. One of the things that is bouncing back is probably shorts are covering or somebody's buying. Definitely doesn't want to go that much lower because that huge buying from 945 to 1015 definitely was a big buying pressure. Above 3750 might go to 38. Let's see if it's getting out of that range. Google, I'm actually partialing out more. Come on, Google. Yeah, Google, I might actually get out of it. Right, I'm getting out of Google completely, guys. My entry is not great, and this one is just super choppy.
It's very rangy, right? Since 945, just moving sideways.
I mean, my entry, if I was a little bit better, I would have held it. But this one is just, as you see my screen, it just keeps going up and down. And I have a big size, and my PNL just keeps going up and down. Super crazy. SMCI, I'm looking at SMCI. Let's take a long SMCI, for the breakup high of the day. It's crazy on SMCI. Paris, are you still long on SMCI?
SMCI, everybody's looking at each other. Are we going to buy more or are we going to take a little pause now? Whole market's confused.
NVDA bounce back as well. God. This piece of garbage Google is going to go up, I know. Lily bounce back. There's a lot of really nice bounces today. Tesla is bouncing back. Tesla wants to go green.
Today was indeed the day of the bounces, the day of the reversal after an initial sell-off. That's really like the characteristic of a strong market, right? Where every dip getting bought up. That's what we're seeing.
Buyers are coming back. Reddit wants to go for the break of high of the day. Long on Reddit, 112.46. Reddit, RDDT. Let's see if Reddit wants to 112.54. SPY is going to go 158.287. Let's see if Reddit wants to go to R4. Google finally went up. Piece of garbage.
Nice confirmation candle on Reddit. Strong and also volume signal. The candle before and the red candle, low volume.
Well, eventually did 180.
So Reddit had a very strong opening range breakout and then forming a range. And who knows, we're going to break out now, getting back to the high of the day.
Buys keeps going higher, huh? SPY wants all-time high. Guide on Reddit.
I read there were some issues with Starbucks that they put olive oil in their coffee. So now people got like problems with their stomach.
Guts.
So now
They
they
put
stopped
oil in the
stop
coffee?
putting olive oil in the coffee. Olive oil. There were like
Olive
certain drinks
oil.
with too much olive oil.
Damn,
So they're stopping it.
that's not good. So Reddit, should we get out of Reddit? Reddit also seems like
Yeah.
40 AMD. I'm glad I got out of AMD. Google seems like it wants to slowly growing back up. It seems that no juice left on it, huh? Tesla went green. I was thinking of Tesla long, but kind of hesitated that. I think I kind of overtraded today. Kind of Tesla, yeah, it's pattern on Tesla. Get out of it, Reddit. I think so.
Because like in a day today where so much things are going on, it could be easy to fall in the trap of a little bit of overtrading. But
Yeah,
still has been
I'm
great
getting out of
volatility
Reddit,
and
guys. Out of Reddit.
it's a lot of money to be
Yeah,
made.
and but today too. Google turned out to be a nice pop. Just I got out of my good trades too early.
For me,
Tesla
LLY was the
doesn't
miss of the
really.
day.
You didn't trade at all, huh?
No, I took like a short in the AMD. Was not was a little bit too late. But for me, the miss of the day was LLY. Really a perfect 5-minute ORB in a stock and play with earnings. Pre-market was already weak. But we're looking at the big tech names. We only have one pair of eyes. We cannot see everything. That's also with trading, right? Especially with trading the open. Sometimes they're just moves that we're missing.
Yeah, I mean, that turned out to be a super garbage day for me. I'm negative. I'm at the loss. SMCI was Reddit was a big loss. SMCI was also loss. AMD was a profitable trade. Google was a profitable trade, but not as much as I was hoping to get.
Snap made a trend today. Snap is trending.
Yeah,
It
Snap
did
was
not do that at
hitting the
all.
scanner too. What is that one? A Snap up
They had the
16%.
reported
No
earnings
earning, or it was
yesterday.
just
Yeah, they reported
wow.
earnings yesterday after the market close.
Yeah. How did you do, guys, in chat room? How was it, Daniel?
Yeah, show your screenshots of the good trading of today. So where was actually the big volume today? Look in the watch list. I see GME back on the volume RVOL scanner as well.
DJT,
Not
yeah,
moving.
Donald J. Trump is down 8%. Wow, what a
Move, up
volatility
and
in
down.
this stock, man. Oh, all right, so guys, situation is bad, and I don't have any coffee, at home. Let's see if there's any coffee left in the coffee machine.
Without olive oil. Yeah, I think today gave really good possibility for the traders who were anticipating a buy the dip, where the price action getting bought up, getting bought back up after initial sell-off. We definitely saw some recoveries. There's no way this market can be stopped. Qs are also back towards all-time high, trading above the opening range. SPY keeps on grinding up. People who can see my screen.
All right, guys, so I'm back. So we did, so what do we have? Google is grinding up, huh?
Yeah, but not really convincing, I think.
Google puts, there's not really any premium on Google puts. The volatility is so low.
Yeah, Google is usually not the best trader, and then it could be that it would be traded very well today when they have a lot of volume with the earnings, but was not trading perfect today.
Lily, wow, look at Lily.
Buyer stepped in. So who do you think will win the election next week? The market seems to be betting on Trump. Andrew.
Meta, are you asking me what Meta is going to do?
No. What do you think for the U.S. election next week?
I don't
Harris
know.
or
It's
Trump?
such a coin flip, man. Like anyone who's coming with any sort of analysis is just nonsense. That's such a coin flip. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know.
I got
Like
Poly
if,
Market up on screen.
let's see
Trump
what
is
Poly
up
Market
by
is doing.
0.8% today.
Okay.
Like 67%, 33%. That is so 67%. I don't know. I mean, what was it for the last election? Was there Poly Market for the last election, or this is a new thing?
I think this is new, but I don't know if betting existed. Probably did in some way.
Yeah, probably in Europe or somewhere. I know in the US is actually illegal up to above $850, and only for research purposes or something. I think Polymarket is an offshore company owned by Peter Thiel.
Yeah, I don't know if Poly Market is a reliable source of information.
No, and I don't think it's the uniform number of the participants in there. I think they are more skewed toward one group of people, because the people who bet, like a sport betting and stuff, they're certain demographic.
As I
True.
said yesterday, the only poll that matters is the election.
Is the election. Yeah.
Yes. What's interesting, usually historically, what I read was that after the elections, usually because there's less uncertainty, because there's like a chosen president, the markets are a little bit strong in the day after election and a couple of days after the election, because the volatility, the uncertainty slows a little bit. But now we already got very strong markets ahead of the elections. So let's see after the elections.
What are the
Remain
sectors look
strength.
like? If you go to trading terminal, you can see the sector performance during the day. So if you go to trading terminal, so the sector performance today, healthcare is weak and communication services in the last month, financials have been super strong, 4.5%, communication services 3.8%, and the healthcare have been super weak, and the utilities weak. So sometimes the money moves to certain sectors can tell you something.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I found about presidential election in the U.S. is people are super extreme on both sides. They think, oh, if these guys get elected, we are end of democracy, and then the other one is, oh, if this guy is elected, the country is gonna blah 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 blah. But I don't think it's like that. Like I don't understand why. I understand why it's important for people, but I don't think it's as disastrous that each side thing is going to be as disastrous as like a nuclear bomb the other country. Come on, man. The president doesn't have that much power.
And also they're already anticipating like the next elections 4 years later. So they often don't do many drastic things.
The passion is high, but I mean, again, I'm not really American. I'm not living in America, but anyways, that's a very sensitive topic. So let's not click the bomb. I know.
It feels like the American election cycle never ends. Like everywhere else, it's like a month or two of your time, and then you forget about it. But in America, it just feels like it keeps going.
Yeah, I know. And I love it. Like, honestly, this country, man, God bless United States of America. Like, just look at the stock market. Like, an amazing, like all around the world is just trading it. If, for example, somebody asked me if it becomes 24 hours, what's going to happen? Is it going to be better or worse? I don't know. Nobody really knows. We already have pre-market and post-market trading, but most of the volatility is certain time. It might remove the volatility from the open, or it might actually increase it because you might actually have now London's huge financial hub, Singapore, huge, Dubai is a huge financial hub, but the times doesn't match. That's why more financial firms are trading in other assets there. But if the stock market is open 24 hours, then you might be able to open at the London or open it in Singapore. Like, it might be actually huge volatility comes in those times, and it might actually help better. But I think one thing that I'm 100% sure is that the exchange doesn't want the liquidity spread too thin. That's why in the pre-market and post-market, you can't use market order because the liquidity is thin, and then they don't want this huge volatility because there is not enough liquidity in the market. So if the big firm wants to liquidate positions in the pre-market and post-market, if they do it and there is not enough liquidity, then the Google can go up and down like 25% in pre-market. That's why the market, or you can use market order, you can take out the liquidity out of the market in the pre and post market. So they're looking to that. They are better than looking into that. I think it's going to be better for our trading, but we'll see. And this piece
also
of
the core
garbage,
hours
Google,
don't change. Right, the core hours don't change for the NYSE. They're gonna still like the market gonna be open 9:30 until 4 p.m. But they're gonna extend the pre and post market hours, if I understood correctly.
Oh, if they in that case, if they want to extend pre and post market for 24 hours, then yeah, no would be any change. And if they still implement the rules of not taking out liquidity from the market, because when you're using market order, you're taking out the liquidity pool. Like, look at my level 2. This is called liquidity. So a market order you take out. The limit order comes either into the bid or into the ask. That's how you get the ECN rebate commissions back. So you can add liquidity, but you can't remove the liquidity from the market. Google, piece of garbage, is going up like a bus, and I am not in there. It's 181. Tesla is also running up. Everything is running up. Damn, I can't believe I'm red today. I cannot believe I lost money on today.
Tomorrow again a big day. No worries. Friday again a big day. Next week, a lot of opportunities. There's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a big day. So today, guys, we're gonna talk about. Today we're gonna talk about our TEDx event that we actually almost finalized with the speakers and the venue. The theme is going to be peak performance and mental resilience. So Mike is going to come on and we're going to talk about the schedule. I think that's the plan. And I really do hope, and our capacity is 250 people, which is about 25, 30 people, our own team that they're coming. And everybody's coming. Lenny's coming, and a lot of people who you haven't met, they're coming. And yeah, I really like that we can get like 220 people. Yesterday, there are about 10 people sign up, which I really, really appreciate you guys supporting our event. And we also discussed with Paradox Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel we did last year, to get a discounted price for you guys. I think it was like 200 or 175 US dollar per night, which is amazing. And Vancouver is super nice, guys, at the end of March. It's my favorite time of the year. So Mike is coming now. We're going to talk about that. We have 20 tickets at the low price, and then based on the tier, we're going to increase the price. Everything is included. So there, you can come either for TEDx or for the full 3-day conference, and everything is included except hotel, the food, breakfast, drinks, everything is included, and the price is super low compared to what we are offering. And the reason for that is just I want people to come, and I really want to treat you in my city. So Mike is coming. If you want to sign up, I'm going to put the link here into the chat room, guys. Oh, there you go. Mike did that. And then, yeah, we trade live together, and we drive my Lamborghini together if you want. And maybe you can come to my apartment and we can trade here together as well.
I'm looking forward. Last time was also awesome with all of us together in Vancouver.
Yeah, Tesla is running up like a bus. Now Qs are green, SPY is green. Everything is really rallying up. AMD at the VWAP. All right, Mike, what do you have for us? What did you cook for us?
What did I cook for? Just say, I got to get rid of this echo that's in my ear. Hey, how's everybody doing today?
We are good. Thank you for everything that you did for TEDx.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me go down there. That TEDx event that we went to, or TEDx event that we went to, really helped spur ideas, I think, in both of us, right, Andrew, about what an event like that entails. And just wanted to kind of talk to everybody. We really wanted to be able to bring external speakers and give our members in our community a different perspective of peak performance and mental resilience. I mean, let's look at life in general. We all achieve goals that we set out for, but we never stay at that peak, right? We get there and we're like, I'm at the top, and then life happens and we can start to fall and we can experience challenges and we start tumbling down the hill, right? And we got to be able to withstand and be resilient to that, right? And be able to handle those challenges, whether that be in trading, whether that be in your life, whether that be in sports, whether that be in business, whatever the case may be. You got to be able to handle it. And once you can kind of figure out how to handle it, then it's that drive to get back up, right? That climb back to the top. What does it take to get to the top again? And what you also end up is, after you've gone through that and withstood some of those setbacks, you tend to surpass where you thought you were going to be before. You're more resilient. And that's the story that we kind of want to tell when we're at TEDx. And Brett, if you want to scroll down to our speakers, we got different speakers that from all different venues, right? We got Mark Black, who's a performance coach in the business world, Darren Dahl, the dean at UBC, right? Christina Edwards, who's a doctor and a psychologist. He's worked with the Special Forces out of Canada. We got Jay McDermott, for all you sports fans out there. He was a former captain of the U.S. men's national team, played in the Premier League. So as you can see, we wanted to bring this. And this is what this event kind of allows us to do. And then after this event, we're going to have our normal BBT event. And I think we're going to have a phenomenal event where we're really focusing on that excitement from the TEDx and the excitement of wanting to be a trader and wanting to succeed, and the work that it takes to actually achieve that, as well as some of the challenges and resiliency that you're going to have to be able to do. And then that long grind that you may have. And it was interesting yesterday, Andrew, when you were trading. You mentioned, somebody said, how do you become a consistently profitable trader, or something along those lines? And you said you never become a consistently profitable trader. You have to just constantly work, because the minute that you stop working is the minute that you're going to go tumbling down that hill from your peak all the way down, when you start allowing things into your life that don't allow you to be. So being a trader, the work is never done. Maybe you don't have to work as hard on developing a strategy because you know how to trade now. But now your work has to be focused in on keeping yourself in the right mindset for trading, not taking too much risk, not getting overconfident. So, and those are the things that we're going to talk about. And like Andrew said, we're going to be in Vancouver end of March. This is a phenomenal time to be there. I've traveled up there during the winter. I've traveled there during the spring and the summer. And I'll tell you, Andrew's right. That springtime, it's just beautiful there in Vancouver. It's perfect timing to come up there. So anything you want to add, Andrew?
So just one thing, guys, those of you who are signing up, remember that there are two options: the TEDx only, which is 1 day, and then TEDx only and the conference. The TEDx only, the lower price is $399. The conference, if you pay only $99 more, $499, that includes the 3-day conference plus the gala dinner and everything. So make sure that you're signing up. I know that some people are signing up only for TEDx only. Making sure that you know 100% sure that you don't want to do that. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are the events. That you're right, Mike. I mean, for us, it's all about adding value to people. Like resilience is super important. Like I've had 2 big events in my life that I fell down really bad. Like one of them was my divorce, which was a very nasty divorce in terms of emotion. Like cheating was involved, and then there was money involved. Like I lost a big portion of my wealth to my ex-wife, so it was a big deal for me. And then there was the $2 million loss that it just came right after that, and I essentially came out like broke, like after that, like looking at my assets, and so I lost everything. And you know how my lifestyle is, like influencer. Celebrity type of go back to zero. That mentally, I still have money, but that's how people kill themselves. Like, realize that you really messed up. So coming out of that is super important for me. That I realized that mental resilience is super, super important for, success in life and in trading, because that's how people kill themselves. Like, these kind of disasters and crises that happens. And the good thing about resilience is actually you can learn. it's a skill. There are some genetic involved. There are some people are just born more resilient, but there are more and more science that you can actually learn from it. That's why we have this science of resilience. And to be honest with you, you can watch a lot of these, or you can read a lot of books online, but being in the present, going into the environment of conferences push you to actually absorb this material as much as possible. And obviously, we have our own 2-day conference, which we have a full roster of education in psychology, becoming better, and workshops on the technical issues that we have. Paris is coming, talking about Thor is coming, Avi is coming, talk about all of his options trading. So there's a lot of material that you can absorb. And I can talk with the people that came last year and see how was it. I think it's a worth investment. You bring your partner or spouse and make a really nice family trip out of it. And I really like to bring the community out of just this YouTube and online environment to someone that we shake hands. And they're amazing people. We have people that flying from with private jets, doctors, surgeons, just amazing people that I really, really enjoy hanging out with them, and just get to know them. A lot of small groups form from these small meetups. Like we have one WhatsApp group that I am in there from New York City meetup, so still sharing the trades. Avi's pretty active in there, and I love that. I love that this nucleus of groups form in there. I'm long at Reddit, by the way, from 112. Just to mention that for R4, I'm just partialing out here because I did good at.
One of the biggest things I think that I always hear from the traders that come to these events is the interaction with people, right? Because we're all behind computers. Andrew's behind his computer in his house. I'm in the computer behind my place right now. Everybody's by themselves, but when you come together and you actually see other people, you make friendships, you bond, you see what other people are going with. And Jordan, I know you kind of threw in there, what if you're not amazing or very average? Well, this is the place to be, because we have a spectrum of traders, brand new to experience, doing better than anybody that's here in the community on the chat room, right, of us mods, because there's traders that just want to be a part of the community, and being there in person just really, really changes the whole environment. And like Andrew said, the price that you're paying for it is, you're not going to find a better deal out there for the experience that you're going to get for 3 days. So I do really encourage you all to come. I will tell you that I think we're only going to have one moderator that isn't at the event. So if anybody's not been to an event before and you've been in the chat room before, the chat room kind of dies down on that Monday. So just be prepared for that.
But we do trade live. Like we do trade live
Yep.
on that. So we do the trading live, but we might actually, after that, who's not coming from our chat room?
Only Susan, because she has some family stuff. Everybody else right now is scheduled to come. Yeah, so we even have Eamon coming. As long as he gets a visa, Eamon's going to be there. Yeah, and he's already applied.
From Russia. Yeah, so that's gonna be amazing, guys. And again, I think it's worth the investment if you can make the time. And the cost, I think, honestly, again, I'm losing money on this event. Having conferences is not part of our business model, and it's not part of our business model. And it really, it's just the food and stuff and drinks. That covers the cost.
I can attest to that for everybody, because I constantly tell Andrew, you need to charge more. But Andrew loves you all and cares for you all and doesn't want you to pay anymore. So
it's fun. It's really, really fun. We're going to have so much fun together. It's like, sometimes I feel really lonely in Vancouver. I don't have a lot of close friends in Vancouver. I have some few friends that they're at a different stage of life. They have kids and stuff. Whenever I'm thinking, why am I so lonely? It's just I realize that I'm not lonely. I have a big BBT community of friends, but they're just not living in Vancouver. So I like to see you guys as a friend as well. So super nice. I hope that you make that. And if you buy the ticket and then you realize you can't make it, which we understand that things change, you can always transfer your ticket to someone else. I can't offer the refund to everybody, but the tickets are transferable. Transferable is the word, yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. Well,
so there was a good question. Somebody's deciding that they want to bring their wife, and they're asking if they can come to the TEDx event. The TEDx is separate from our BBT live trading event. So if they want to come to there, they still have to purchase a ticket. And there will be a very distinct difference between the two events, because part of our licensing agreement with TEDx is that we're not using their brand name with our company event that we have going.
Yeah, they can. So it would be, the TEDx would be $399 right now, the price, and the conference at the lower cost is $499. So if you want to come for the conference, you have to buy one $499, and then for your spouse only $399. But here's the thing: if you buy for your spouse another $499, that also includes the TED and also the dinner. So you might as well just do the full conference for her or him. Then you have access to all the food and gala and everything. It includes the dinner gala as well. She's pretty nice. And yeah, and thanks for your support, guys. I really appreciate that you guys are coming. If we go through all of this and only 50 people show up, it's kind of disappointed for us too. So I really appreciate you guys coming to support that.
Yes, and all of us moderators, we love meeting you all and putting a face to the chat name that we always see. So as you can see, we even have some BBT members. Oh, Andrew, you know what we forgot to ask that we discussed yesterday? We need people that have talents. We're looking for people that would like to, for the TEDx event, would like to perform, whether it be singing, whether it be poetry, whether it be maybe you play a musical instrument, something unique that you want to do a short, it's not a presentation, I guess, like
No, if you can do, like, we are looking for two things, like kind of a small presentation, a small, like if anyone has stand-up comedy, if you want to do a joke, if anyone has a small talent, like a quick sing or something about 2-3 minutes, or an instrument or something like that. We noticed that in TED, to break the sessions sometimes between the speakers, because you don't want to back-to-back like a conference, people come and talk, to just look the environment a little bit, just some sort of a ice-breaking session. So if anyone can think of anything, I know Jared is a singer. Jared, maybe you can come and sing something. Thor is a singer. Maybe you guys can come 1-2 minutes, half a song or something. That would be nice. If anyone has, karaoke, that would be nice. And I love that. Yeah, BBT Got Talent, essentially. Yeah, magic show. I know Scott is doing magic shows and stuff. You're looking for that kind of things to break the sessions. Maybe I do break dance for you. I don't know. So to do something to make it fun too. It's super important also to make it fun, because the last thing that we want is just have a boring conference. So email me and Mike directly. We'll put you in through the schedule. We love that. We love to do that. And again, TEDx is about storytelling. So we want to, a 6 to 8 minutes of story, not a lot of slides, and very like maybe showing a picture and stuff. If you can think of anything, maybe what is that? Maybe email us about the ideas.
May I have your attention, please? We'll be.
I guess that's for Mike.
Mike, what's happening? Are you getting caught?
Fire alarm system test in my apartment.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I thought you were doing something.
I think that would be a good time, because we're going to get a big screaming sound, and my wife's going to be very upset that she just got woken up by that.
Good. All right, so there you go. So I'm going to send the link again for TED, guys. Again, I'll also send you a multiple email in the next couple of things. Should we do the laptop? How many likes do we have? 578. So let's do the laptop, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you can get to 80.
Okay,
I'm also long, guys, Reddit. For those of you, I don't know if you guys see my screen. I went long on Reddit, 112, and now it's trading on 115. I can actually post my trade in the chat room. is this one. Let's see if we can get to 600 likes, and I'm coming. I need to take a quick bathroom break, guys. I'll come back quickly. Mike, you can.
Mike, are you still here? No, Mike is gone. All right. Wait a few seconds, and Andrew will be back, and we'll give that laptop away. Not ending the show, just waiting for Andrew to come back. So playing some elevator music for everyone. Hey, Andrew, see you. Just have you.
Are we doing
Yep.
the laptop?
Yep, we're good.
Oh, yeah, perfect. So you can see my screen as well. Let me laptop pickers. Again, so I actually can find the program. I haven't done it for a very long time. All right, so how many likes do we have, Brent?
We have 575.
Nice.
643 now. Just refreshed.
Oh,
Yeah.
643. Guys,
They
bring
really
me up
want
to
that laptop.
big. Let me partial some Reddit guys at 115. So I partialed Reddit.
Yeah, after that, can you share your screen again in the chat room? It seems like we lost it. Ryan, you're asking where do you like? Go to YouTube, click on our live video, and you can like there and subscribe.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys. If you guys like commenting our YouTube channel, it gets promoted by YouTube algos, and we get better and better placements in algos. I think we have a really good show, in my opinion. Honestly, I watched a lot of other YouTube live shows, and in my opinion, we are one of the best. Like I know, like for example, Trader TV Live has a lot of viewers, but I a couple of times I got a headache. Like it's so fast paced information. It's like typical, news media type of thing. I don't know. I mean, I think we're one of the best that we focus on, day trading and stuff. So you guys are here watching here. I really appreciate that. And this kind of support that you're doing is super, super important.
Our focus is education, not entertainment.
Exactly, education, entertainment. Plus, we will trade live. Like we really get it stuck into the halts. We do go through the ups and downs of this mess, and that's how you really see how trading looks like, rather than just presenting day trading show. Like it's really going through the big hassles of trading. So right now, I'm actually long in Reddit. I still have 6,000 shares on it, so it's going up really, really nicely. While Mike is talking about, you guys can actually see my screen, so I don't know if you guys can see my Reddit trade. Not to be super nice, yeah. So even on YouTube, let me see. Yeah, so you can actually guys see my Reddit trade. So first I went long here, I got to stop out, and then as soon as the breakout of this wedge we just went long again. I added more at 114, and now it just continues going higher, which is pretty nice. So how was your trading on YouTube, guys? Yeah, I'm booking profit right now because right now we are on Reddit. We are in a no man's land. Never been there, so there's really no level. So you just have to partial maybe every like half a point or maybe a point, like 115, 116, 117 type of thing. There's really no area that you can just target. So market, the really amazing run. IWM went up, Qs went back red, AMD obviously did a nice run. So let's get the laptop. Guys, one thing that I want is that I really actually appreciate is that you guys, whenever you get the laptop, I really, really appreciate if you can record a video. There are a few people that they didn't do the video, bastards. So that would be really nice if you can actually do the video for us. So we get excited with that. All right, so well, let's do that. Let me get the link. All right, let's get the link. Let's get the likes to 700. You got to be, guys, liking the video to be able to be in the draw. And please, guys, like that. Okay, 534. Let's start. Dun, 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 dun. I'll make it on the 2 videos. Did you promise? You promised me? Promise me 704 likes.
Nice.
Nice. You guys, you can really do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Adam. You'll be having Adam. Tiana, all good. Well, congratulations, Adam. So we had 534 people in the draw. I think probably some people were in the draw that they dropped, because right now we have 462. Congratulations, Adam. Where's Adam? Oh yeah, you're Adam here. Congrats. So
Adam, perfect. Are you going to send us that video?
Adam, are you going to send us that video?
Let's see that commitment.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we should do that. Maybe first go buy one for yourself, record a video, and then we reimburse you.
He's saying yes. We should make that part of the deal. You only get the laptop if you send us a video. Yeah, and you rebate it.
But that's the problem, because I usually send the laptop to them, but I have no power anymore, so they just don't do it.
True. You're a
But
very
if they
trusting
go
person.
and buy it themselves and then for reimbursement, like that would be interesting. But again, I don't want to be a really begging, so it would be nice to send a video. But if you don't, it's not a big deal. So Reddit is now 116, is up 41%. I'm still long in there, guys. That's turned out to be super nice. I had a bit loss on SMCI, but this Reddit turned out to be really good trading. So we'll see how it goes. What time is it? 10:55.
Yeah, it's almost 11. I think we should peace out for today on YouTube.
Yeah, so peace out on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for everything. And yeah, so the only position that I have right now here is, guys, Reddit and VCLT and obviously VOO. So we're gonna see how big the Reddit is gonna go up. So thanks, guys, and remember, guys, I'm really looking forward to see all of you in TEDx event and our BBT conference. So looking forward to that, guys. Thanks. Goodbye, YouTube.